Peter Brown!
Hey!
Thanks very much for joining us, my friend. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today. You have a console, you have a PC between your legs.
Whoa, don't spoil it.
But first of all, I want to talk about this little box that's on the table. So Amazon have finally released their...
Can I touch this?
Touch it.
Kindle Fire. Explain to the folks at home what the hell this is and why they should care.
The Kindle Fire TV is an Android-based multimedia entertainment device.
Great, sounds vague.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's really what it is, man. I mean, so basically, this little box right here is $100. It's linked up to Amazon's own video services. And you can watch Netflix and Hulu, but the big thing is, it can play games, right? And that's true. It can.
It literally can.
It will play games.
With this thing that Chris has in his hand.
Yeah, you can use this controller right here. But this is $40. It does not come included with the $100 package.
Okay.
You can also use this little guy to control games.
That's a remote control for my stereo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it also plays games on the
And it
Kindle
also
Fire
has a
TV.
microphone.
Yes, it does. If
Does
you're
it
Gary,
also shave?
only well.
Make julienne fries?
What are you trying to say, Chris? Yeah. So, I mean, we all like to hear about new gaming devices, right? I mean, it's interesting to a degree.
Yeah.
But
Still haven't gotten over how cool the Ouya is.
Right. Amazon has picked up a few different people. They've got Clint Hawking of Far Cry 2 fame, Kim Swift of Portal fame. They bought Double Helix, the team behind Killer Instinct on Xbox One.
Yes.
And the new Strider remake. But so far, the games that they have are rather unimpressive, let's say.
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about games? Are we talking about stuff that's out on Android phones? Are we talking about console games coming to this thing?
A lot of Android stuff is available. It's been ported to Amazon's marketplace. You do not get to use the Google Play Store, which has the breadth
Oh, really?
of Android community. Right, you do not.
Okay.
But yeah, and then Amazon, like I said, they're investing in bigger games. Right now, they have one called Civ Zero.
Yes.
It's a tower defense, like third-person shooter hybrid. It looks like a Halo clone. I mean, obviously, it's not gameplay-wise, but it seems like they're chasing trends that have been successful in the past. I'm not totally convinced yet, but they've brought a lot of people on board, right?
It just seems like where's the niche that it's trying to fill? Is it trying to give me a new way to watch streaming video on my TV? I have like 5 of those.
Yeah,
is it trying to
sure.
give me a new place to play games? Already set. Like
Yeah.
what is it where's the niche that like would be piquing my interest?
I mean, we watch our Hulu, Netflix content on a game console, right? It's
Yeah.
primarily for gaming. We have that stuff there. It works. It's great. We don't have to change inputs. We're good to go. A lot of people who don't play games might have a Roku or some other device that'll provide streaming services for them.
Or it just comes right into their smart TV.
Sure, but those are typically lacking in the little extra features that make things, really nice. So they give you that sort of like ooh factor, right, with the new products.
The ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Every Amazon service on this device has integrated really great functionality, including voice search. It's really good at detecting things you like based on history. Like that's nothing new, but it's all handled really well and is Amazon apps run really quickly on this. The downside is that the other apps don't. But anyway, back to the point. I think that people who don't typically play games want a better streaming device than the Roku or something else that's aging, they'll pick this up and then they'll figure out, it plays games, right? And then they'll play with this. And there's 6 buttons on here and like a directional pad. And then maybe they'll want to upgrade. I mean, I figured that's what Amazon's hoping. I don't think they're tackling the typical console gaming market.
But then in that situation, then why are they, hiring all of these people within the industry who some would say are very respected, some of the biggest names?
Well, I don't think it's to attract people like us, right? I think it's getting people who have been tastemakers, who have done great work in the past, and it's probably sort of like it's a pretty long bet they're making, right? So if they can get people interested in gaming, they'll have these people that are already there establishing pretty good games, so that when they do want to make that leap, there's already stuff there for them.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily convinced that it's going to pay off in the next 2 years, right?
But they're dipping their foot in the water, it kind of seems like.
Yeah.
This is first.
And they've got money to play around.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
The benefit of the Ouya, would say, is at least that it's an Android device that's concentrating on games. Does this feel like it maybe is an afterthought?
I wouldn't say it's an afterthought, but it's definitely secondary to everything else. There is a lot of content that's there, but it's not necessarily distinct from other devices just yet.
Cool. All right, enough about the Amazon Fire.
Yes.
TV, HD, malarkey. What is this you have between your legs, good sir?
What do you think this is?
It looks like a personalized computer.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
What are you
It's
doing
like
with
a regular old PC in a box.
Well, would you believe it if I told you this is a gaming PC that we built for the exact same price as an Xbox One?
Does it play Titanfall?
It might play Titanfall. I think we've got some footage. Maybe people want to roll that while we're talking.
Okay, so is this a project you've been working on? Like,
yes, myself and Mark Walton, our editor in the UK, we both built computers that cost the same amount as an Xbox One. That's after state and local taxes, like the highest you can pay, which is around $550 in the United States.
Okay.
I focused on Intel and NVIDIA hardware. He's focusing on AMD, ATI stuff. And later this week, on Thursday, hopefully, we're going to have a feature up that's going to show how well a PC like this can perform. We definitely had to, you know, we bought Windows, no piracy allowed. You know, that's $100 eaten out of our budget.
Damn.
Yeah. And that, when you're building on such a low cost, it's a pretty big hit.
So where was the biggest where was the biggest point at which you had to like cut out of your budget for one piece of the computer? I'm assuming the graphics card was probably one of the major places.
The graphics card is chief.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if you spend all your money there, you're going to miss the other parts that really support what the graphics card is doing, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to bottleneck any part of it.
How much RAM is in it?
I'm not revealing anything about this
you're not going to
just yet.
say?
No.
You can have a look inside.
You can have a look inside.
How much did you spend on the case? It doesn't have quick releases.
It just a case that cheap does not have quick release. No, I'm not going to reveal any details. That's the whole point of the feature. And I will say that there are some very interesting takeaways. I was surprised for a lot of different reasons.
It's got a 720 RPM hard drive in there. It's not an SSD. Right? Am I right?
I don't know.
At least give me that, Peter.
Find out on Thursday how accurate Danny peering through tiny holes in a computer case is.
Yeah.
If anyone can recognize the graphics card that's on that, it's got one HDMI port, one thing. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I think this is really interesting, and I'm really curious once I finally put this together how I really feel. Because right now I can see an argument for a console and a PC at this price.
My favorite part of this cheap case you bought is that it actually does have USB and microphone jacks, but it also has this other flip which just shows you the inside of the computer.
No, it's for your VHS tapes.
You can just put this for a VHS tape. Just put your hand in there and get out your RAM. Upgrade your RAM without having to turn off your hands.
You've done this before.
Danny is going to fondle your RAM for like long minutes.
And get your hand stuck.
Yeah.
All right, so when's that up on the site?
Thursday. We're shooting for Thursday. It's an international collaboration. We're working our hardest to get this done and up on the site for everyone to see.
Hot collabos.
Yeah.
I like it. Peter Brown, thank you very much for coming on.